Reliable mail service. Yeah, I know. We can't afford anything right now though, so. Oh no. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Welcome back to City Skylines 2, to the channel, and to White Pine County. In between episodes, I kind of took the liberty of making a few changes, and I think those changes were for the oh my gosh, were for the best. And I started noticing some traffic issues we were having in the middle of last episode, and I noticed that a lot of the traffic is coming from either from industry to this section here. So what made sense to me for now, at least, to mitigate that traffic, which it seems to have helped definitely, was to, instead of this road being the main, I kind of transitioned it onto this street here, and I upgraded this into a 4-lane. And it kind of seemed to have fixed the traffic issues, and I haven't had any traffic issues since. Obviously, this is just a fix for now. I'm sure we'll have issues as we keep going and things like that, but so far, I think everything's going pretty smoothly. Obviously, we're having a couple of issues over here. Lack of... Oh, we reached Boomtown. That's exciting. What did we unlock? Advanced pollution management, heavy traffic ban, and loan. Okay. We can't really do heavy traffic ban here because, like, it kind of needs to go through here. Maybe certain neighborhoods and things like that, we can do that kind of stuff, but there's no real need. I also wanted to rename a road real quick. I wanted to rename this road, which I honestly wish you had more control over your roads the way you did in City Skylines 1, where you could like move where the roads end and start, because it kind of makes more sense that way. I don't like how they do it this way, and I'm hoping they make that change in the future, but I want to just call this Main Street just because it's kind of our main road now. And I think that's a good thing. It's also the beginning of winter, so we got probably an episode, maybe 2 of winter time, and I think that's pretty exciting stuff. I love the winter in this game. I think it looks really cool. I've also been taking inventory of what I did last time, and at first I had some second guessing on this stuff, but I actually really enjoy how this looks. And I think I'm going to keep it. There's no room for upgrades or anything like that, but I think it's okay. Even if it costs us a bit more money to keep it open than to not have it or whatever, I'm just going to keep it anyway. We're also, our money, what's up with our account? We're just bleeding money randomly. I was balanced a second ago. Is there an update or something? I have no idea. I also went ahead and upgraded our clinic, and I upgraded our police station, put them here. They're kind of in this commercial zone, so the noise is not going to affect any buildings as much, besides maybe these couple of buildings, but I think that's okay. And I think it'll help stabilize a couple of the issues that we've been having, especially with all the tweets and things like that. People tweeting about it all the time, saying we have horrible traffic and things like that. I also went through and kind of revamped our farm zone before we had just like the 3 little grids. But we have this weirdly shaped road here that I built for the forestry zone. So it made sense to just fill out this area with this farm. I centered it out, expanded the entire area. Also added a bit of an animal farm here to start producing some of that and hopefully clear that deficit of, I guess, the animal products that we were having there for a bit. And I also built another bit of a small neighborhood, like a small couple, it was like a 2-block revamp, just with some row homes and some medium density apartments, as well as a city park here. And I think it just looks fantastic. This whole area turned out very well. These are apple trees, so they look really nice in the springtime and like the summertime. They actually look really nice. So I think it was a good move. And that's about all I did in between episodes. Unless I'm missing something else, which I don't think I am. But I wanted to take time and just kind of try to balance things out a little bit. Oh, that was a autosave, and it froze my entire game for a second there. But we're making good progress. Things are going very smoothly. We just got to keep up with some of these demands. And right now, our biggest demand is going to be residential. So that's what we're going to focus on at the beginning of this episode. We're going to expand into this area here as a residential zone and really connect this to the rest of the community and make it feel like it belongs, right? So what we're going to do is we already have a road splitting here, and we're going to use this road to grid out an area. And the way we're going to do this is I'm going to go from here to there, right? I feel like this would cause more issues long term if I do it this way. We'll connect it the other way just so we can keep that 90-degree connection. I think that'll be good to go. So we'll get that at 90, and we'll pull this back a little bit like that. And then with this, we can easily grab our curved road tool, our simple curved road tool, and just curve this in as best we can. It's not perfect, but I like it. We're going to leave it. We're also having connection issues with reliable internet service. For some reason, high crime and things like that, I don't really understand it. We have a central police station that kind of supposed to handle all that. I don't really understand how there's so many issues with it. It doesn't make sense to me, but it's something we're going to have to mitigate sooner rather than later. And hopefully it's not too late and our city starts collapsing or something, but we should be fine. Now I'm going to start gridding this probably this way, just because it makes more sense with the way this is set up. And I don't want to have major connections on this road. So we're going to do slightly larger blocks than we did before. Before we were doing about 200. We're going to do 250. Oh, it'll let me. We'll do 250 from there and then connect that right up. And that should be fine. I want to get this grid working though, so it's not all broken. So give me a second. Let's see if we can fix that out a little bit. We'll do some apartments. Nothing crazy huge. Something like this. As long as these built correctly. No, it's my fault. Okay, hold on. We could probably zone bigger properties here on this main street. I think that'd be fine. What does that give me? There we go. That's fine. Yeah. I'm okay with that. We'll do 3s all the way through here. So I guess it kind of would have made sense if I did these as 3 too. I'm gonna demolish these and just do 3s because it makes more sense for the area. There we go. At least it makes sense in my mind. It could completely just not make sense at all, but in my mind it's making sense. So that's what I'm gonna do. Again, we'll keep this kind of style of the 3 grid units in length, I guess, and just keep it that way. Would it make sense? This would make sense. Let's keep it on this side. There we go. Yeah, we'll do something like this. Can we get this facing the right way? I don't want the double. I want a single house there. This is always the worst part of this, is trying to get the right houses you want. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to go insane if I sit there all day trying to figure that out. So I'm not going to. Again, we'll push it to 3s there. And then in between these blocks, that works actually. In between these blocks, we're going to, did I say in between these blocks? No. I'm going to get a path here and fix this. There we go. Fix our zoning like we do everywhere else. Delete that. Zoning should be fixed still. We can zone up all the way here and hopefully get properties that all face the correct way. Yes, we can. This is going to face the right way. No, no. Sometimes they just refuse and I don't understand why. So annoying when that happens. Just gonna leave it. Because if not, I'll sit there all day trying to figure out why that's not working, and I don't want to do that. We'll have an entire video of me just deleting houses, and I don't already record for 2 hours a day for City Skylines II, and I don't want to extend that even more than it already is. So we'll leave that there for sure. We'll delete that, and we will delete. That's fine, actually. We'll just leave that. Could probably do a little bit of a park in here and utilize that space for that, since we do need a park in here. Is there like a 3-length park? No, that's the dog park. This park just looks so good. I have to use that one. And then we can utilize our paths to kind of put that together, but we'll wait on that. I want to finish zoning up here so we can fix our population issues that we're having and hopefully balance our budget as we keep growing. Because right now we're having some budget issues. And if we don't use our money now to fix it, we're going to end up in a world of hurt when we can't afford anything. So, oh, that was too big. Why is this block so massive? I guess I kind of see why. That's kind of my own fault. We'll do the bigger sized houses on this side. There we go. Can we get one more here? One more here. Oh, we got weird zoning issues again. Do that. Delete these roads. Delete this road or this path. And then this should be completely fixed. No problem at all. Not perfect, but it works. And we'll go with something like this. There we go. And we can go with the same length of houses all the way through here. Hopefully they all face the correct way. See? I don't know what happened here. No, let's not do that. Nope. 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 There we go. That works. Closing the block a lot easier, and I just prefer it anyway. Yeah, same thing on this side. We'll just push this all the way through here, and hopefully we can just get everything the exact same size the way they're supposed to be, and everything just looks all right. If we unpause this, we're going to get houses coming in correctly. We are. Nope, except for here. There we go. This will fill in nicely. That'll get rid of any problem we had there, and that'll be fine. I also want to include a little bit of small commercial shop there. Nothing crazy. Like these random shaped zones kind of make sense for that. And small apartment building would not make sense in this neighborhood. So I'm not going to throw it in even though I really want to. It just wouldn't make sense at all. So I'm not going to. We'll just throw this in. Yeah, we'll just zone this area out. Just call it a day there. Just to maximize that zoning efficiency. If we build a path here, and we get more zoning on this side, we can. Which means we can build a couple more properties. There we go. That works perfectly fine. And we'll get another one here. That's fine. And just like usual, delete this path to make sure it's not in the way. That'll be good to go. Let this build out a little bit, see kind of where we're at. The economy is definitely starting to balance itself out. We're in a profitable zone again, which is fantastic because for a bit there we were starting to really bleed money and not a good thing. I also want to let this game go because we're about to get a lot of traffic with people moving in for the first time. So this area is going to get very, very busy for a little bit. Hopefully things kind of calm down. We're going to go through our intersections real quick with Control R. We're going to activate our, oh, it's not working. Okay, we're going to go into our, what's this called? Our traffic tool, I guess, our lane connection tool. And we're going to remove U-turns. We're going to remove unsafe just to keep that a little bit smoother. And same thing here, U-turns, unsafe, good to go. And we'll do this all the way through here. Because if not, you get weird U-turns and it's just a cluster. And you just don't want to deal with it. It makes rough traffic worse. And so I think banning U-turns on these roads like this kind of makes sense. There we go. Plus, that'll set us up in the future so we don't have to fix that down the road. It'll just be fine. We just have to remember if we ever want to add to these roads, we have to go through here and set them all to vanilla. If not, it's going to mess up all the connections. I learned that yesterday when I was redoing this section here. But after I got all the roads fixed and things like that, everything kind of came together and it was good to go. I'm going to go through here now and start kind of using our tree tools again. And we're going to use our spray. We're going to go with the young trees. And we're going to fill this area in with some vegetation. Fill this area in nicely to make it feel a bit more alive. I don't want to do too crazy of fixing here, like manual fixing like I usually do. We're just going to paint in some trees and just call it a day for this area. And I think that'll look fine anyway. In between these trees too, I feel like it makes sense just to have some more trees, have some more life in here. Things like that. Fills in these kind of empty spots that are kind of hard to fill. So we'll do that and it'll be fine. Probably do a small one of these zones and I think that'll be fine. The mixed use zoning, get a little bit of housing, some commercial there. It kind of works. It's not going to fit the area at all. What am I doing? Let's not do that. Let's get regular commercials. Commercial zoning. Just put it through there. That'll be fine. Someone also mentioned that like our industrial workers might want like a little coffee shop or something over here, right? So what if we get something from our find it menu, like our pop the growables? What would these even be called? We'll just put in a gas station here, and it has a little convenience store attached to it, and I think I can kind of be happy with that. I think that'll be sick. Now this industrial area has a little bit of service. We'll hopefully be okay with hopefully this business will be okay with existing here, even though it's technically telling me it's not a very good place. I think it'll be fine. Honestly, there's not very many good places for commercial zones anyway. I think it's just because of the lack of population, but overall it'll work itself out. I'm not worried about it. What's up with this like empty spot we have here? Why is this not filling up? This is getting messed up because of like different zoning places, or what's going on here? If we zone here, will this actually zone in now? I don't understand what's causing it to not zone. We'll just leave it for now and see if it fills in on its own, because that's really weird. I've seen that a couple times, right? There's a couple random places where like things just won't zone. Like they just won't build, and I just don't understand why. Maybe there's a reason. I'm sure there's a reason on why it's not working. It's probably my fault. But I'm not going to sit here and mess with it too much, so it's going to be all right. We're going to pull this road 90 degrees. We'll leave that there for now. We'll pull this one all the way up as much as it can go. Probably to here before it starts causing issues with the terrain over here. And then we'll do the same thing with this road. Probably this one to here to keep a little bit of a gap away from the highway. And then what I'm going to do is connect these up. So I'm trying to think of a way that'll make this stay kind of neat without falling apart too hard. I think something like this kind of works. And then something like this. We'll go from this side. Something like that. Pull it up probably to there. And then bend it over once more. Make that connection and it kind of works out. Ooh, this is... Why does this look like this? Let's try that again. Why did that bend at the last second? These tools are fidgety sometimes. There we go. It's too much. Okay, I see what it is. There we go. And then hopefully we can get this to look a little bit better than that was we were looking before. By dragging it in, maybe like that. Something about this is gonna bother me. Okay, so all right, then we get this connection to go to here, and then I can delete these middle pieces, and then I can go make these connections. You can honestly just cul-de-sac these and call it a day. You know, bam, cul-de-sac it, and I think it kind of works. I don't know why I was overcomplicating it. We're just gonna cul-de-sac it and leave it. Call it a day. I'm gonna use the nicer cul-de-sac. So I'm gonna get the trees. There we go. A little bit of decoration in there. And we're gonna zone this out with just low residential the way we've been doing with this entire area. Make this a nice place to live as much as possible anyway. Bring that all the way up. Destroy zoning here. Oops, not there. Let's come back. Where was our tool there? There we go. And destroy zoning all the way through here. Same thing down here. Just to get it all onto the actual roundabouts, and that'll work a lot better. And that'll be fine. We can probably go with a bigger property here. There we go. There we go. Go all the way through here. All the way through there. This might actually not look horrible. Which is always kind of, you know, your fear, you know what I mean? When you're building something, you're like, you don't want it to look horrible. Especially when I'm uploading it to YouTube, I'm like, hopefully it doesn't look too bad. But I think it'll be fine. Once we fill in this area with like our pathing and things like that, it'll feel very homey, and I think that'll be fine. Which is what I'm going to do right now. So I'm going to take a few moments here to really make this area feel a little bit more like a home. So bear with me. It's going to be a few seconds. Actually very happy with how this came out, which at first I wasn't sure, but it's actually looking pretty nice, if I do say so myself, which I am. I actually like it. It's actually worth the time that I actually just took to do all that, because that took me a while to actually get done, which kind of surprising. Doesn't look like much, but it took me a bit, that's for sure. I'm gonna fix this here. Hopefully the picture's all the way to the end. There we go. Finish that little bit of a block there, and that should be fine. We're at 5,000 people. Population should go up here in a little bit because of new homes going in. That should be fine. What's up? What's making everybody mad right now? Unreliable mail service, internet, things like that. Have we unlocked our big antenna yet? We have. If we just do one of these, we'll just cover everything. How much does this cost? 12,000, 5,000. We would need a bunch of these though to make that even happen. So we're gonna go with one of these. And hopefully this just covers everything. Yeah, put it in the industrial zone, because definitely it's gonna make a lot of noise. This is a lot of noise. Yeah, medium noise pollution. We'll keep this over here and that'll be fine. And hopefully we can afford this. We should be fine. I hope so anyway. Because if not, we're gonna be in a... Oh, we're about to be in the negatives again. That's all right. We'll fix it by expanding like we always do. It'll be good. I actually really enjoy how this looks. A lot. So, good move. I'm going to connect up with this here. Feels kind of weird if it's not connected. There we go. Something like that. Destroy a few homes. It's all right. It's in the name of good. Hopefully. 3, 3... Population didn't go up much because they're just a bunch of little houses. I didn't like put in any apartment complexes, which I probably should here soon. I don't really know where to put those without causing too many issues. But we'll find space. It's no worries. Should be gonna go there. There we go. These apartments will actually get us into like higher density population, which we really need right now. So where do we have already kind of a lifted zone, like higher density? Kind of this area is higher density. Probably keep on expanding this and kind of spread this into this area maybe. With some higher density zone in here. I think that'd be fine. There's not much hilliness over here, so it kind of works out too. So we'll just extend this block a little bit. Not by much. Probably a couple blocks. For now, that can go over there. we'll mess with it if we need to. And we do blocks of 200, like 195 or something like that, but 200 works if I can get it. Can never get exact numbers with these tools. 90 degrees, super simple. 90 degrees, super simple. Should probably fix a little bit of this because this is kind of messy. I just put down a bunch of pedestrian paths, didn't I? I did. Of course I did. Did I do the same over here? I did. Oops. Probably keep that out of there. That'll be fine. And I want to start this area off by putting in a little bit more parking because we don't really have a lot of parking spots. If we got like a medium, no, that's kind of tiny. Large, maybe. Might be a little too big. We'll go no parking for now, but we'll see what happens here. Okay, so the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to start implementing slightly bigger properties on this side. And I think it'll work. Because I don't want it to be a giant shock where it just goes from super low stuff to just massive skyscrapers all over the place. You know what I mean? So, what's wrong with this here? Why is this shaded out and dark? Is it because it's that? That might be it. There we go. Okay, that's fine. We'll do a 3 and then a 3x3. Same thing on this side. This will start introducing a little bit more density. It's kind of what I need. So delete that building, let that expand into a 3x3. And then once it expands to a 3x3, I could probably just push a massive 4x4 on either side and then introduce a low rent housing of a 4x4. And this will fit the area kind of nicely. We'll do like a 3x3 here, 3x3 here, just to bring down the density a little bit again. And then we'll go with one of these, and that'll be fine. This should fit in the area a little bit nicer, and hopefully it doesn't look extreme. I'm trying to prevent any extreme changes in like the density and things like that. I think expanding it even a little bit further, probably back another block, would probably help it shape out a little bit better so it doesn't look kind of forced. So maybe something like not that far. Honestly, we might not even have to extend that way. What if we go with something like same thing we just did, right? Expand the buildings a little bit, make them a little bigger, get a low rent property. Oh, just realized I did all that. Did the wrong zoning. Oops. There we go. Get that. Get that. Get that. Okay, then get this. Delete all that. Delete this one, and then this should not a 3x3. Let's get rid of that. We'll go with a 3x3 actually, and we'll go with a 4x4, and then we'll put in a 4x4 high rent. Maybe some mixed use zoning just to kind of fill in that area and bring down the density again how we did before, and it'll kind of seem more controlled. There's only a few bigger buildings next to each other, but it kind of scales up and it's not just an instant shock. So it's not small residential and then skyscraper. That'd be kind of funny, but I want to avoid it. Definitely got to include some parking in this area. So we have a little business here. So I think including a parking lot here in this area would kind of make sense. Very large. No, that's a little too massive. It's going to fill up regardless, like very, very quickly just because of how big this place is. So I don't want to go too small either, but just the large one's just insanely huge. Why does the medium one seem so small? It's not that small, actually. Yeah, we'll leave the medium one there. That'll be fine. And then we can kind of fill in the rest of this area still with more apartments. This kind of works. I just did the same thing, didn't I? Yep. Keep clicking on the wrong zoning. I don't know how I keep doing that. Get rid of all of this again, actually. And then we'll try that again. Something like that. Oh, it's already pretty dense over here. We could probably go with the 3x3. It'd be fine. Ooh. Signature building. See, this kind of fits in this area because it's a bigger building. I might throw this in here. I'm going to throw that in there. Why not? Provides 180 homes, which are already full instantly. That was quick. Which means I can throw in some low rent housing in this area to kind of make it all fit together a little bit better. Go with, we do like one of these. There we go. It should look decent by the time it fills in together, hopefully. And we'll kind of even it out by pressing it a little bit this way too into this area. Some apartments going on this way would kind of make it feel a little bit nicer. Would be fine. Honestly, probably no apartments. If we do like the row homes, that works. Now, this is all I'm going to do for now. I'm going to let this build out because if I go too crazy... Oh, what's happening with our power? What's happening with our power? Oh. Bottlenecking. We don't have enough connection over here, so gotta figure out another place for power temporarily. Current connection's right here. So what if we run something? Honestly, just gonna throw it in at the end of this road for now. And then just leave it. No, I can't. I can't do that. Well, I could, but I'm not going to. I don't really have a common sense place to put this. Might bridge over slightly. Can we bridge that nicely without having to go at an insane slope? Doesn't seem like it. Let's go down. Cut that down a bit and go up a little bit maybe. And then go back down. That'll be fine. That works. And for now, we'll just put it on this side. And then if we need to move it again, we can just move that. That'll hopefully work. I need to connect this into our main power grid. We'll do that by grabbing our power lines, grabbing this, taking it underground, and just running it way the heck over here. Honestly, anywhere. Overlapping items. What's overlapping? Oh, the train stuff, huh? We'll just bring it, honestly, straight here. See what that does. We have power going over here now. Does that fix our power issues? It does. Look at that. No more issues. Yeah, anyway. I say no more issues, but then it happens again. We'll see what happens. We'll make this area very dense. Sorry, houses, but we're going to destroy you. And just straight on there. And then we're going to do as many low residentials as we can in here. And this will fill in that area. There we go. So then you can see the increase in size of buildings. See, it's like a stepping stool. Regular houses, row homes, slightly bigger apartments, and then the massive apartments. I think that kind of works. And it's not such a shock. I'm going to slow down there a little bit because we're going to have a lot of traffic coming into town because everybody's getting situated with their new routines, especially because our population just increased by a lot. We've got to be careful. We also don't have the overemployment thing anymore. Unemployment's actually at 19% because of all the expansion we just did. Hopefully that goes down a little bit. It is going down. People are moving in and they're getting employed. So hopefully that kind of evens itself out. Okay. Super awesome. Biggest issue. What do we have? Okay, how are our issues going on now? Unreliable mail service. We could definitely look into a mail service. We don't have a post office anywhere. Do we have that unlocked? Small post office. For this, we probably need a bigger post office for this area. Kind of makes more sense. I kind of like this going over here by the school. Don't think it's perfect, but I like it. If only that didn't interrupt the water too much. We'll see what happens here. If it floods like crazy, we'll remove it, but if not, we'll keep it here because I kind of like it. And we got a parking lot across the street from this as well. I know it might not be used, but it just kind of makes sense to have a parking lot here. Not a tiny one, a modest one. Small, maybe? No. Honestly, we'll go with canopy covered. It feels a bit nicer. These probably fit more around apartment buildings and things like that, but I kind of like the vibe of it. It's the only reason we're doing that. All right, so now we have mail coverage, which is fantastic. We need to get some mailboxes out to the areas that are underserved. So if we go into this farm area, very underserved, we can drop a mailbox, it'll fix that issue. Go over to this business, drop a mailbox, it'll be fine there. And we'll drop a mailbox in this industrial zone. Probably a couple, actually, because I don't think the one's going to be enough. Yeah, one's not going to be enough. So we'll put one on this side, put one on that side, and that'll take care of that whole area. And now everything should be taken care of by mail service, and we shouldn't have too much of an issue. This one's a little bit of the darker green, so we're going to put this there just to give that a little bit more light. That should be fine. But as our mail service starts to go out, you'll start seeing a lot of these buildings turn green, which is going to be fantastic. And we can start looking at our... Oh, we're about to go into the bankrupt, huh? Oh, wow. Okay. Hello, mail. We're going to disable you. Because, I was not expecting that to hit tanks so hard. We might have to use taxes a little bit to make a little bit of money. Because right now we're struggling for income. That's not good. We'll go up by 1%. Should increase a decent amount. There we go. $4,000 an hour. That'll cover a lot of our bills. And we also increase our budget because we're down to $2,000. I didn't realize how expensive that was going to be. If we turn this on now, is this covered? Let's see what happens here. $24 negative. No, it's too much. We can't afford this big postal office. Do we get money back for this? 20 grand. That was not a lot at all. Probably shouldn't have deleted that. We can't afford the smaller one. Oh, mistakes. And I didn't save earlier before this, so I can't really just restart. Well, when was the previous autosave? 6,300 people. It's kind of where we are right now. How much money did we have, though? $2,000. It's not worth it. I'm not going to go back further than that because we're going to lose all the population and growth that we just had. I don't want to deal with that. But looks like everything's starting to even itself out a little bit, and we're actually making money. So what I'm probably going to do in between episodes is let the game run. Kind of balance our budget and make sure we have enough money for next time. Because right now we're in a very scary situation of not having enough money. I also want to watch this traffic, so I'm going to set the camera here, and we're going to let things run its course a little bit and just see if a lot of this clears itself out. So I'll see you in a few moments. Just like I thought, if we just let the game run a little bit, it'll kind of sort itself out, and it really did. We also have a fire issue because we don't have a fire department, so we got to get that fixed pretty quickly, because if not, we're going to have a lot of buildings burning down, which we already are having. Yeah, got to get that sorted. Also, what is happening over here? Oh, okay. See what that was. Wow, we're having crime issues and everything over here. What's causing our crime issues? It's just not enough cop cars. Wow, our cells are full. We're out of cop cars, huh? Okay. We'll get 6 more cars out there. Hopefully that solves the issue, at least temporarily. But I think we're going to need another station going here soon. Yeah. There's a lot of traffic again. It's kind of crazy because it just solved itself. It looks like it's starting back up again. Unfortunately. I think a lot of it's going to be due to the fact that I only have one connection into the city. I think if I run a highway all the way down to here, it'll mediate a little bit of that heavy traffic. Because right now, any traffic and any highway connection you may need is all here. To be fair, there's not even a lot of traffic on the highway. It's all inner city stuff going into the industrial zones. That's where most of the traffic seems to be going, is back to the industry zones. And wow. It's crazy. What's our issue here? Reliable mail service. Yeah, I know. We can't afford anything right now though, so. Oh no. I think a lot of this would also be served by buses. If we get buses running just down the central roads and back, a giant loop going around and around and around, I think it would help a lot. But we also can't afford a bus depot right now. Look at all this industrial traffic. Is all this going into the city? Or is a lot of this going onto the highway? I guess it's going towards the highway. If we add a connection here, would this soften this traffic up and therefore move all of this in the back? Or is that wishful thinking? Could definitely be wishful thinking. And I don't want to take out a loan. That's why I haven't taken out a loan yet. I hate taking out loans. Especially when we're barely making a profit right now for the city. I don't want to take a loan. Is our population going up still? Barely, which is good. These things are slowing down, so whatever we have here is going to be kind of what we have. Which is good in some sense, but at the same time, we have a lot of inner city traffic. And I think it's just because everything's going down this one road. We also just built a lot. A lot was just built over here. So it kind of makes sense for traffic to be kind of crazy right now. I still feel like this is all just new traffic. Like people just moving in for the first time type of traffic. So I don't want to go too crazy with any fixes and things like that. Is this going to fix our... Wow, we need a jail or something. Do we have that city service that can... this helps them integrate and reduces the likelihood of crimes being committed again. Yeah, we'll do that. That releases them a little bit easier. Taxis don't even matter. Advanced pollution management. Industrials produce more garbage. Yeah, we can't really afford more garbage. This thing's about to be full anyway. I think. Yeah, it's it's about halfway. What's holding up traffic here? It's like a lot of the civilians. I definitely feel like having buses running through our main streets would probably fix a lot of these issues we're having. Just because right now everybody's having to drive everywhere because there's no city transportation, which completely makes sense. We have almost 7,000 people in here and no transportation. So everybody's either walking or driving, and it's just causing a nightmare for traffic. We also have very high crime rate right now, and I don't understand where that's coming from. I don't understand that. Like, how do we not... How is this station here not able to hit this? There we go. I finally hit that area. Well, yeah, 5 cars out anyway, so I don't understand what more stations would do. Besides, obviously, arrested criminals is pretty high. It'd be nice to have some better things here. Some, like, better jail capacity. But I get it, it's a small building. You probably wouldn't have much jail capacity here anyway. We can't really afford a prison right now, so if we even did a prison, we'd probably go completely bankrupt. So I don't want to do that. That's for sure. How's our unemployment rate going? Has that stabilized itself? 12% unemployment is pretty high. It's definitely an attributing factor to crime. Something we got to mitigate pretty soon. We could probably do another connection here. But this is just going to make this area super busy. Looks like a lot of it cleared itself out again, which is good. I think it's just a lot of the new businesses were ordering things, so there was trucks going everywhere and all that stuff. So I think it's a lot of that was that. But now that we have... Like, why is our police not able to keep up with this? Should be able to. I think it's just like the length of the response time, maybe? I don't know. I don't want to act too quickly either, because it's going to be... There's no point of it. Mail service is a big problem right now. How much is our money? What are we at? $6,000 going up now? So we're making more and more as we go. If we get a small post office, can it handle? Probably not. We can't afford the big post office, so we need some sort of mail service going in the city, because right now we're having big issues of happiness. And if we get a little bit of a mail service, even if it's not the most efficient, I think it'll be a good way to go. Just kind of put mailboxes in these hotspot areas. Should be fine there. Maybe one in this neighborhood. And one in this neighborhood. Should be fine. Now our mail truck with this very limited capacity and only 4 vehicles will hopefully be enough for now. We'll definitely get the better one as we can afford it, but right now we're kind of broke and it costs a lot of money. $250,000. We definitely can't afford that right now, so we're not going to. But things are starting to balance themselves out a little bit, but now we're having issues of bigger population centers, which kind of makes sense. What we probably have to do is move this clinic a little bit further down this way and get a secondary clinic in this area that will service this zone. And that kind of makes more sense that way, because right now we're not able to keep up with a lot of this stuff. Especially education. Like, our campuses have been full for a while. We definitely need a secondary education zone. And I think over here is where we'll start developing next. So it'll kind of make sense to keep over here. But I think so far tonight, or I say tonight because I'm recording this at 2 in the morning. But I think we've done a fantastic job. So I think I'm going to call it there. Thank you so much for joining me. We're hopefully going to fix a lot of these problems next time. But for now, we'll take inventory of everything we've done today. And for now, please enjoy a brief city tour.